Hello YouTube and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program Operation Laythe, episode 21 I believe. And you may notice a new feature. Hooray, I can fast forward from the Kerbal Space Center now. Thanks to the hot fix the night before last I believe from Squad, I was able to install and run the asteroid redirect mission upgrade, and things all work. All my research is carried over. I just want to show you a couple things really quick. In the tech tree here, first we have a few new nodes. For example, here we have the study of actuators, perfecting the art of making things mobile without the explicit use of explosives. Our engineers assure us this is actually a good thing. And of course we have the advanced grabbing unit, which can create all sorts of docks between anything, including you and a giant rock, allow you to move things around, all sorts of fun things. And another thing that happened is some of the nodes that were already out here have had their contents changed slightly with the addition of all the new heavy lift parts and things like that. So, see, some of these are the same. Some of the ones we already have are in fact the same. I believe this is all here is the same. Well, there. Let me see if I can find them. I did have to go back and just click a couple times to unlock a few parts further down the tree. Where are you, damn it? Okay, here's one. So the launch escape system, which everyone is no doubt familiar with from the Atlas launch videos, the manned missions that were launched on the Atlas rockets, of course, for Apollo, had a escape method. That big nose cone with the tower in front was actually a solid rocket that would allow them to escape. It would pull the capsule free of the module and let them escape to safety, well, or at least away from the spot that you know is unsafe, which is the rocket at that point. So we have that new part. I had to go back and unlock that, even though it wasn't a node already had it. Just click on it, hit the research button, and it comes on in for you. I believe some of these parts, the skipper, I believe, moved down a step. And in heavier rocketry, we have sort of inherited. Actually, the skipper's now in two places, actually. So this apparently moved and didn't come out of this node. But in any case, you see we've inherited now the orange tank and the mainsail liquid engine, which used to be up at the top of the tech tree, and have been moved down a step. It took them down a peg. We also have, this is a new part. This is a sort of booster. It goes on the side or something like that. So that is also unlocked. The liquid fuel booster. And of course, up at the top of the tree now, that's all old stuff, that's all old stuff. But this one is now all new stuff. So this is all the heavy launch vehicles type stuff. Look at this bad boy. Holy cow. 3,200 max thrust. Not shabby. And of course, you've got the matching size fuel tanks, full size, half size, and quarter size, an adapter, and a large disconnect. And you have another engine here. This is no slouch either, with 2,500 thrust. Yeah, very solid. These are mainly looking like they're launch vehicle type engines. So, yeah, we'll mess around with those later. Perhaps even go want to visit some of those new asteroids, which we can see from the tracking station. Actually, I haven't messed with this yet. Let's see what happens if we pick on one of these. Unknown object. Class C object. Okay, what can I do with this? Are there any other contextual? Apparently not. Cannot switch to an object we do not own. Oh, here, let's hit track object. That looks like a good thing to do. Huh, so that now has a trajectory for us. Oh, so it looks like we're tracking it before it's getting into Kerban entry orbit, which will happen in 7 days. Oh, okay, so this would let us plot an intercept. Interesting. Okay. Oh, now the track shows up permanently. Oh, and it shows up as a space object as opposed to an unknown object. Ooh, very nice. The only problem I see with that is we might potentially have an awful lot of space objects showing up here. Just like we've got all these extra flags that I'm always hiding. Oh well, in any case, let's go ahead and bring all that stuff back in. And go ahead and rejoin Amber and Jurwise Kerman in their orbit around Dres. And bring them on in for a hopefully safe landing. Hopefully safe. Okay, we do have this wonky polar orbit, unfortunately. I can't even tell which way we're going at the moment. But let's test out the maneuver node system that's been revamped. You see, now we have a cancel button in here. Interesting. Okay, so we're going this way. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to disconnect, do a little bit of a burn over here, get down nice and low, and then do my landing maneuver here. Should bring us down in daylight. Looks like the terrain here is not... let me refocus on Dres so I can see the landing zone. Looks like this isn't too rough. We should be able to get into a decent spot, even if this is rotated somewhat by the time we get there. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go for it. Now, I'm just glad that I trusted my inherent caution before I tried to do the update the other day. Crew report while high over Dres. Oh, here, let me do some quick science. Do a transmit that. We're not getting any closer to Dres than that with this thing, so we'll do... Oh, what? Why is that only... Oh well, 175. Okay, so we'll just we'll keep that and we'll bring that back into the capsule a little later. Did I have any of the gravioli detectors on here? I do. Log gravity data. Another 140. We might be getting some good science on this one. Okay, so let's go ahead and get Jurwise EVA. Well, here, let's get actually Amber out. He's just been riding in the hitchhiker this entire time, and now, sir, it is time for you to take charge of the landing capsule, which you'll see now has the Kerbal Space Program logo on the side of it. That's actually kind of neat how they got that in there. So whatever your mission flag is, it'll go ahead and throw that on the side of the rocket now. This makes me want to go and actually create a custom flag for Operation Laythe. That's something I just haven't gotten around to yet. But now that we can actually see it a little more often, except on the deployable flags, I might actually take the time and do that. Oh, screw it. We'll just float down. It's faster than the ladder anyway. Whoop. Alright, here we go. Alright guys. Let's go ahead and control from here. Bink. Alright, before anything dumb happens, we will quick save. And go ahead and undock. Here we go now, guys. We are on our way. Give it a quick burst of the RCS. Which for some reason does not seem to want to fire. Ooh. That could be a problem. Oh, you know why? Because I disabled these RCS tanks so that I wouldn't draw from them while I was maneuvering the full-size vehicle. There we go. Now we should have RCS. Oh man, I was just starting to wonder if I found a brand new glitch with the new version. The new patch. Anyway, it's not a full version. Although there are quite a few behind-the-scenes changes apparently. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to light up our engine, which I'll just go ahead and do manually, just make sure I don't accidentally stage something that should not be staged. And we'll set up our landing maneuvering. Oh, let's get that down to about 20-ish. Alright. Boop. Oop, let's save that RCS fuel. We really don't need it simply to maneuver. It's really there just to facilitate docking. Oh, and actually, let's have Jurwise do a quick EVA, and this will actually let me test another feature. Supposedly the maneuver nodes are supposed to be persistent, whereas before if you get out, did an EVA, you would be screwed. Your node would disappear. Aha! It worked! Look! Our node is still there! Ha! That's actually quite exciting, believe it or not. Let's just transmit that data, just in case something unfortunate happens to Jurwise and Amber. Okay. This is only a 21 meter per second burn, so this should be fast. So I can pretty much run right up on that maneuver node before I have to fire the engines. So we're just pretty much going to fire it like T-minus 2 seconds or something, because I would be very surprised if this burn takes more than a couple seconds. Especially with this engine and the light weight of this landing vehicle, it should not be a problem. Yep, there we go. No problem whatsoever. Boop. There we go. Good enough. Kill the maneuver. For such a simple addition, I really like being able to shut down your maneuver node from there. Surprisingly helpful. Okay. So now, farewell, transfer engine. You will manually maintain your position thanks to the unmanned capsules that are on board. I keep trying to turn the camera and it won't turn. Or you can't shift off to the side like you can with a rocket. You can just rotate the view. I want to see my lander, damn it. Come on. No, I don't want to focus on Dres. I'm already focusing on Dres. Why would I change my focus to something I'm already focused on? There we go. That's better. Alright, I think we're just going to play this landing by the seat of our pants. Holy mixed metaphor, Batman. Whatever, hey, you try to talk while flying a spaceship and be interesting about it. And no doubt my sarcastic post-commentary voice has made some snarky comment about me not being interesting or some such thing. Whatever, I'm doing this anyway. Take that, post-commentary me. Alright. You know what, I think I will actually stow the solar panels. I must enunciate. Stow the solar panels, just in case we get jarred as we hit the ground. I mean, softly touch down on the ground. We wouldn't want them to break off. Yeah, see, that's not a whole lot of thrust actually going into that. Not quite half. And it's actually cutting us down pretty well. So let's see where that ends up. I think perhaps we'll try to aim for this area. It looks not too terribly rough. I hope. A little elevated, perhaps. Let's see, so we're heading... Well, we'll see. We're aimed about there, which looks a little bit like a side slope. Well, we're just gonna have to worry about that when we get a bit closer. Like now. Let's see. I would like... Am I low over... That's my monopropellant. Am I low over Dres yet? In space near Dres, that will do. Okay, so we'll keep that. We'll take a crew report from near Dres. The surface has a patchwork of white and brown areas with a few craters. Okay, we could see that. Just because it's obvious doesn't mean it's not science. Okay, and gravity data. Just keep that, because transmitting will lose us half of it. I don't think the temperature is going to do us any good. Oh, we can actually record it. Nice! Keep data. Okay, now what's happening with my landing situation? Alright, still at 17 kilometers. Alright, we'll give it a bit of a fast forward. Not too much. I keep looking at the atmosphere meter like an idiot, like I'm expecting there to be air to slow me down, and it's not that kind of planet. Alright, let's start to slow this down a bit. I'm gonna treat this sort of by the same philosophy as I would a moon landing. And let's get the gear down before we do something silly like forget to do that. So, like a moon landing, we're going to try to slow ourselves down, kill our horizontal speed off. And we're going to see if we can't land. This doesn't look too rough here. So we're going to be aiming for this general region here-ish. Alright, let's give it some more thrust. I'd like to kill this horizontal off. And before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and set that to surface. I don't care what my orbital velocity is. I'm more interested in landing on the ground. Okay. Alright, that's doing a pretty good job for us, actually. That engine has plenty of power to do what we need it to do. Steady. Steady, Amber. Oh, they're loving it. They love landing, apparently. Look at Jurwise. Amber's got a big smile on his face, too. A big silly grin. And Jurwise is just freaking out. He's so excited. He was apparently a disciple of Jebediah Kerman. He was the most enthusiastic spaceflight Kerbanaut type guy. Hardly looks like the engine's on. That's kind of a neat background there, with the galaxy in the background, the center of the galaxy, leaving us in sharp silhouette. Oh, now we're actually picking speed back up. Let's not do that. Pay attention! Stop looking at the scenery and pay attention to what's happening to the Kerbanauts. Whew. And actually, when I get a little bit closer, I'm not sure what the altitude of the surface level is above quote-unquote sea level. So as I get a little bit closer, I'll flip the lights on. Actually, why don't I just do that now? So I got enough power to run those off of these solar panels, so no big deal there. Whew. Come on. This is the part where I tend to get impatient, especially when I'm doing a video and trying to say something interesting while recording, and get impatient and try to fast forward or do some other sort of aggressive maneuver, and that would be a bad idea. See, it looks like we're still pretty high up, although we're starting to pick up some more texture. So I would guess that we're going to land at somewhere under 1,000 meters above sea level, whatever that is here on Dres. Actually, we might have gotten somewhat fortunate in our landing area. It doesn't look half bad. If we were landing over there or over there, it looks a little rough. Ooh, now we're starting to see terrain move. Okay, let me slow this back down. Okay, come on. Alright, we're going to go ahead and set the fine controls. And I might activate the RCS right before touchdown. Although we're coming down pretty straight, so we may not have to even try any such thing. I don't see a shadow yet. Should be over there somewhere. And I don't see the lights playing on the ground yet either, so we're landing reasonably close to sea level. Yes, interesting stuff. I know. I'm trying not to be boring. Oh, there's my shadow. We're getting close. Getting close. Okay, come on. Come on, guys. Now we're getting all the textures. Starting to see my lights on the ground. Alright, now here's where things get exciting. Hopefully not. Actually, excitement would be bad. We want a boring, safe landing. Excitement is bad news. Wow, those lights are pretty powerful. I thought I was closer to the ground than that. My shadow's still way over there. Those lights are capable of illuminating a wide region, apparently. Oh, alright. Alright, oh, we got a little bit of a side slope perhaps, so we'll let the RCS help us out. Since we have more than enough RCS fuel. Nice and gently, nice and gently. Steady, steady. Woohoo! Oh, that was a bit more of a slope than I realized. Good thing we had that RCS helping us out. We might have tipped over and rolled down the hill and killed everybody on board. Or at the very least stranded them. That would have been unfortunate. Whew! Okay, that got a little exciting there for just a moment. We observe the goo. Aww. I was hoping for something a little more exciting than that. Alright, let's turn the lights off. Not doing us anything at this point. Which one of these didn't I use? Let's get all of our science. 160, science there. Do a crew report. Crew's assessment, okay, whatever. And log seismic data. The planet appears to be seismically inactive. Well, even uninteresting science is still science. What can I say? Now we know that it's inactive. Alright, collected and recorded. Keep data. Let's go ahead and deploy our solar panels. And we'll let Amber, who had to sit patiently waiting for most of this flight, we will let him get out and fall ingloriously to the planet, apparently. But fortunately the gravity is low and he's just fine. And he loves it. Yeah, he does. Alright, so he's going to take his rocks. 240 science. And take an EVA report for another 64. When you look closely at the ground, you can see there are many different types of deposits mixed together. Well, that's why we're bringing them back for study. A little hard to do science in a tiny little cramped pod with a big old spacesuit on. Let's plant his flag, and then we'll bring out his buddy Dres to admire it. Oh, I'm in caps lock, darn it. Dres landing. Darn you, capital letters. Bam. Cool. Although it's backwards from where we're standing, but whatever. Right, I wanted to switch to the flag. No, I wanted to switch to the capsule so I could get Jurwise out. He is also going to fall ingloriously to the ground and land on his head. Very smooth. Very smooth work, Jurwise. That is why you are the pilot of the transfer engine and not of the lander. Wait. Stand on the other side of the flag. Photo op. Hooray! Welcome to Dres, gentlemen. Gentle Kerbans. Alright, so I guess with our crew safely landed on the surface of Dres, we can go ahead and call that an episode. Thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, please like the video, comment, and subscribe to my channel. So once again, thank you for watching. From myself, Southern Wolverine, from Jurwise and Amber. Have a good day.